There's a little bit of cream, and then they threw in some draft picks to sweeten the deal here.
Sweeten the deal.
But Marcus Cousins is 26 years old. Obviously, Buddy Hield is younger, faster. I'm not sure,
Stronger, 60-minute man.
but I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of torn. People keep saying this is a bad trade. I personally don't think it's a terrible trade. I like it. I would rather see the Kings get something right now than to get nothing.
The Kings just can't get it right, though.
Well, maybe they did get it right by letting Cousins go, taking the picks, taking Tyreek Evans and Buddy Hield. They're still looking to make some more trades, so it looks like they're going to start over a la the Mavericks, but instead of waiting off season.
Well, no, you told me they wasn't rebuilding because they got your guy, the max contract player himself, Harrison Barnes. Your boy.
To be rebuilding, but with Dirk not being healthy, you got Princess Peach down there. You got I don't forget him. I didn't forget about Princess Peach. Got some other young guys down there. I think that they'll be fine. I think that the Mavericks are probably in a better position than the Kings.
Yes, they are.
But then again, we don't know because the Kings still have some great pieces. I just think that they have to really put it together and make something special out of it. Really, we're talking about lemons at this point.
Basically.
Bobby,
I mean, end of the day, anything can happen. Like a great basketball player once said, anything is possible at the top of his lungs. Anything is possible.
I would have imagined that a team like Indiana,
yep,
not Minnesota, but maybe OKC would have went ahead and tried to make this trade. Not so much the Pelicans, unless they're, of course, great fans of the show.
Of course, because you don't know what happens whenever people are great fans of the show. They tend to listen to what we say and then go out there and do the opposite of that. Shout out to Luol Deng.
Went Luol with it. Happy birthday on that day. I remember.
Yes! Irony.
But those were nice. But I really think that I don't think it was a bad trade. I like what the Kings are thinking. A lot of people might be like, oh, they're stupid and all this other stuff. But I'm like, listen, he could walk away and they get nothing.
Yes.
There's no saving the season for them. Like, there is no saving the season.
You know what this trade reminds me of? And I mentioned this many a times, but this has that great comparison to it right now because of the situation. This is just like the Carmelo Anthony trade. When you think about it,
I don't know about that.
Next year, he can make a lot more money and then he wants to win. Like, there's superstars that's okay with just being mediocre the rest of their careers. As long as they get the money.
Honestly, I'm going to disagree with you. This is why I'm going to say it. You want to hear it?
I want to hear it. The people want to hear it because they're screaming in my ears right now.
Well!
Oh my gosh.
It reminds me more of when the Orlando Magic traded T-Mac away.
Getting some technical disturbance. Hold on. He'll come back. The doctor's internet connection.
I'm just saying, I don't know what's going on, but that's pretty much what it reminds me of. I was saying the Francis Coutinho Mobley for Tracy McGrady trade.
I think that one was just really... I don't know. It was so strange, though, because that trade by itself, the Rockets was already on their way up.
Not necessarily, because we were kind of treading water. We were in the same spot, and we were just kind of sitting there.
The Kings was in the same spot. They was always in the lottery.
or the Pelicans. They really weren't doing really great. Because really, think about it.
Wait, what?
The lottery is only 2 or 3 spots between being in the lottery and not being in the lottery. So, I mean, you can't really say, hey, they were always in the lottery. Like, I could see if they were always top 5, sure. But the Pelicans are right there. They're probably 3 to 5 wins away or losses away from either being in or out.
Oh my gosh. I really can't believe you said it like that.
I'm serious. Like, that 8th spot, that 7th and 8th spot, like when the Rockets were at the 8th spot and we had to go up against the Clippers and all these other teams, it's like, we know that we're a loss away from being in the lottery. Like, I mean, that's it. Or a couple of losses from being in the lottery.
Couple of losses to be in the lottery, yep.
Yeah, like that's really, when you're in the 8th seed, you're a couple of losses from being in the lottery. Pelicans, couple of losses from being in the lottery. Kings, always potentially in the lottery. We'll just say always because
always
they just together. I like Willie Cauley-Stein though, and obviously.
Hey, you got his name. There we go.
Yeah, I remembered it. It was Willie Cauley-Stein. Obviously, they have some other guys. Some more guards on their team than the Rockets had forwards last year. So they're going to have to make at least 1 or 2 more trades. I guess I see them potentially getting rid of Rudy Gay. But we're going to have to see.
I mean,
we're going to have to see.
Unlike them, the other team in California who made some big moves as well, at least we can say something positive about their actual chances.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and we're talking about, the Lakers, for those that don't know. I mean, at least with them, you can tell they have a nucleus that they're building.
True.
True. The moves that they're starting to make, even though they gave up Lou Williams, we'll get to that one in a second, because I know that you're licking your chops to talk about that one.
I am.
Because you're so excited about it because a person, well, wait, hold on. I'm not going to put it out there like that. So, if you don't know, the Lakers, Jeannie Buss let her brother go today. Which, unprecedented move, which is great. I mean, not really unprecedented. We actually all kind of seen that coming for a while, actually, but that goes without saying. But the big sign that they did was they brought in Magic Johnson to be their president of player operations, which is, I think, would be an incredible move. He's such a huge figure in LA still, one of the legends there. One of, 3, 4 legends in LA history?
True. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like the Lakers have a lot of legends. I feel like they're... But see, you know what's about the Lakers that they do good at is bringing in people who have the personality to fit. Because you think about it. I mean, who would have knew, hey, Magic is going to be, a legend, so to speak, when they come out. You just don't know. But you're bringing people in thinking, hey, like, think about if somebody like Bynum, Andrew Bynum, could have been a great NBA center for the Lakers. All he had to do was stop tripping.
All he had to do was stop tripping. And it's unfortunate that he's also, from New Jersey, too. That goes without saying.
All he had to do was stop tripping, though. For real. Seriously, think about it. If he would have stopped tripping, he would have been probably another great Lakers big. Probably still would be there. We'd probably be good. They probably would be still building around him now because they let Gasol go. They let a lot of people go. So they probably been building around him. I don't know. I'm just a little confused by it, honestly. So, to me, I think what the Lakers did, trading Lou Williams to the Rockets, I think, obviously I'm happy with it because I've been looking to get rid of Corey Brewer for a long time. Me no love Corey Brewer no more. He makes too much money and he doesn't give the performance or the output that we need. So that's just it. You know what I mean? Lou Williams comes in, scoring 18 points a game, gives the Rockets another scoring option, and that's really it. I mean, you got to love that.
You do.
Now, I see a lot of teams are calling for my man Patrick Beverly. I don't think that's going to happen unless they're giving up a superstar in return.
I think you're going a little too far there, buddy. I think you're going a little too far there.
I'm just saying, I would honestly, if I could, if we were talking about a blockbuster move. Blockbuster move, sir?
Even with the blockbuster move? No. No.
Like Capella and Patrick Beverly, maybe a second round pick, maybe KJ McDaniels.
I mean, that's different. I thought you saw about like Patrick Beverly straight up.
No, even still, Patrick Beverly, because think about like a team like the Pistons. They're looking to get rid of Reggie Jackson. They're looking to get rid of Andre Drummond. Hey, we got Patrick Beverly, Reggie Jackson, and for a little bit. Hey, reunited, and it feels so good.
Reunited, and it. I apologize, folks.
Don't do it.
I wasn't. I stopped. Don't worry. It's okay. It's all good now.
You look like you had a moment. I didn't know if you were going to keep going, but
No.
I feel like the teams that we expected to make moves haven't made moves yet. Obviously, there's a lot of trade talk surrounding Derrick Rose.
There are a lot of talk about it, actually. Completely right.
I mean, what do you think?
I mean, I'm fine with it. Bye.
Oh my God! What if you get somebody stupid back though?
Stupid how?
Let's say get Aaron Aflalo back.
Then someone's getting sweet canned.
Aaron Aflalo and Ty Lawson, they send him over to the Kings because the Kings need somebody to come in and score some buckets. And they say, we want Derrick Rose team with Buddy Hield and Tyreek Evans, with Willie Cauley-Stein and Rudy Gay, and that's going to be what we're running with for the rest of the season.
Oh my gosh.
Knicks get Aaron Aflalo and Ty Lawson.
You know what? It wouldn't surprise me.
They would. Yeah, because think about it. They got a lot of cap room now. So, but I mean, honestly, I really think that if I'm the 76ers, that's who I'm looking for to call up and ask about Derrick Rose.
Yep.
Honestly. I've been saying that all year long.
I think they need to do it. I just think they need to pull the trigger.
Yeah, indeed.
That's going to help them the most in the long run. Like, just do it. You know, we have a lot of young core players that can make such an impact for us immediately. You know, we got Willie, we got KP, we got Ron Baker. Like, we have people really balling. Like, Melo's been balling out of his behind despite all the
propaganda.
Unneeded distractions. Like, NBA basketball, yes, they have distractions, but this was unneeded, unwelcomed. It made me sick to my stomach to read about this stuff. Like, It was hurtful, not only to him, but it was hurtful to me. Granted, I was saying, yes, I think Carmelo needs to leave, but at least I was respectful about it.
True.
I don't sit there, clap my hands like some, stooge in the mist saying trade Melo at the top of my lungs in MSG. You don't do something like that. I feel like I'm about to turn into a heel. Let's talk about more NBA stuff, please.
Yeah, I think that's really it. I mean, a lot of the other trades are kind of small. I know the Nets made a trade, but some of these trades are really more role players. I know the Rockets right now are looking at letting go of KJ McDaniels, and I would hope that they would be looking to trade Tyler Ennis.
Yep.
I imagine that the 76ers are still trying to get rid of Jahlil Okafor.
Yep. I almost said Jabari Parker for some reason, but I think because they both went to Duke.
Boom. But I don't know. I mean, I just think that it's one of those situations where we have to just wait and see. This is the deadline. Let's wait and see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what they got. I mean, that's all we can do now. Just let's see what they got.
But I know we have to move on to some NFL news and updates, some what ifs. A lot of free agents out there, a lot of potential trades.
Mm-hmm.
We want to move some new GMs, some new head coaches. The first name that jumps out to me right now, because I'm looking at him right in his little face.
Oh, gosh.
The Bears, Jay Cutler and the Bears are headed for a separation.
I mean, it should have happened a long time ago.
Some people are leaning towards retirement. Some are saying trade.
It should have been done a long time ago.
Teams that you see that could use a quarterback like Jay Cutler at this stage of his career?
No.
I don't even want to put him on watch.
No, that sleeping dog needs to lie down and never come back. Unfortunately, he's done.
So what happens if the Steelers lose Big Ben?
If the Steelers lose Big Ben, don't be surprised if the Bills make a trade for Tyrod Taylor. Because eventually they'll think that he's a liability due to the multiple injuries he's been succumbing to.
Are you thinking that the Steelers would trade for Tyrod Taylor?
Oh, yeah. A mobile quarterback that has a gun for an arm? Yeah, absolutely.
Bring back the old days of Flash.
He's no Big Ben, but don't be surprised if that happens.
Or bringing back the old days of Cordell Stewart.
Yes, exactly.
Cordell.
I mean, remember, the Steelers have a tradition, man. They have a tradition of, pulling these kind of moves around. I mean, granted, they usually get them from drafts, but, I mean, Tyrod's pretty good. He just needs the right system, the right, line to help him out, to keep him healthy and stuff. I think the Steelers can do that.
Last quarterback on the list, Tony Romo.
He's going to get released.
I hate that. Just trade him for, I don't care what it is, 5th round pick. 5th and 7th.
They was talking about a 6th round pick, and someone said that was still too much.
Wow.
I was like, Tony Romo is too much for a 6th round draft pick, and I know a lot of people in Cowboy Nation will love me saying this, but I feel like that he's worth more than a 6th round draft pick. Because despite all of his playoff and down the stretch in games tumbles, he is still an MVP caliber quarterback. I cannot knock the funk of Tony Romo.
So, I mean...
But that being said, the fact that he is a human pincushion for opposing defenses does decrease his trade value. But at the same time, I mean, Denver did the same thing with Peyton Manning.
That's
and
true.
Peyton Manning had no arm.
Well, I wouldn't say no arm.
Well, I mean, he proved us wrong, but heading into that season, he had no arm. Based on what they allowed us to see. Obviously, there was stuff they didn't show us. But, I mean, we can't really control that yet. Debates Among Friends, sponsored to you by Stella Artois, isn't completely linked to media just yet. But once we do, we'll always have the inside scoop right for you.
Well, another name to throw out there. Adrian Peterson.
Giants fans might be happy to pick him up. because I think that's where he's going to end up going.
And the Giants made some intriguing moves, letting go Victor Cruz, letting go of Jennings.
That was so crazy.
It was.
Like, that was insane.
Talked about that as well.
Like, I see people on Facebook crying. They were crying.
Was it because of Victor Cruz or because of Jennings?
Well, obviously it was because of Jennings. In fact, I'm pretty sure they said, who? Who? We had a Jennings? What? About the receiver that used to play in Minnesota and Green Bay? Oh, no, Rashad Jennings. Oh, forget that guy. I don't know who that is.
Speaking of another Giant and a former Giant coach, JPP is also coming up on another free agency period. Where
he is.
Obviously, we saw what happened last free agency period for him. Tisk, playing with fire.
Which is crazy. I mean, talking about getting burnt at the stake. Whoops. I mean, talking about stubby situation. I mean, darn it!
What?
I mean, the kind of things that he got into, I mean, it's like losing an arm and a leg, or fingers. I mean, no, that's not what I meant either!
But I do see that...
the Giants are not going to re-sign him. He's going to go somewhere else.
Well, that's where I'm getting to. He's potentially going to the Jacksonville Jaguars to follow coach or former New York Giants coach Tom Coughlin, who's in charge of football operations.
I heard that he might end up going to Oakland to help out Khalil Mack on that line.
But obviously, he can always come to Tampa, too.
Well, I mean, everyone could come to Tampa if it's up to the doctor.
I'm just saying, no, I've heard it. I mean, a lot of people say it.
Okay, what was your source? Because I'll look it up right now. Let's go.
Google it. Just put JPP Tampa.
Uh-huh.
It'll come up for you.
Okay, I'm doing it right now. You sure you want me to do this? Right now?
Hey.
Live?
Go
for the millions!
I'll do it. I can do it at the same time.
I'm joking. But seriously, though, JPP, I mean, despite the handicap that he put upon himself, he can still dominate a game pretty badly.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the monster he is because he can't have full use of both hands. But he can still impact it.
He's done a great job adjusting.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
a...
what he managed to do, granted it wasn't because of football injuries, I mean, it rivals, 70s and 80s, defenses.
Right.
Like just playing through the pain, wrap it up in tape and getting back out there. Granted, these days, you don't see those kind of juggernaut kind of men playing anymore.
Right.
Because concussion protocols and better medicine and things like that. But what he did, for, lack of a better word, it was astounding.
Yeah, and I'm glad he got a chance to come back. I mean, I'm really happy that he was able to adjust. I see here, that the Giants probably aren't going to take him back. His performance, although still great, just not to the caliber that he once was when they had that great defensive line.
JPP is projected to make at least $15 million.
That's because of the free agent, I'll say...
Hype, bro?
Yeah, like, hype, bro. But I don't want to stick with JPP. I know the Tampa Bay Buccaneers shouldn't go for JPP if he's going to try to...
No. Your front four is pretty stout, man. I think it's really your secondary.
Well, I don't know about the secondary right now, but speaking of a secondary player, what in the world...
Tom Brady? Oh, wait, he's not a secondary player.
I don't even know what that joke is. That's something the Troll Master did. I don't even know what he just did, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry. Trollmaster Plus, King of RNG himself. Gotti. No, but I'm talking about Darrell Revis. Obviously having some legal issues. I wonder what happens with Darrell Revis. At one point, one of the best corners in the game.
I mean, he had an island named after him.
He did, but now that island is more like Shutter Island, where it's really almost non-existent.
Shutter Island, where eyes wide shut?
Like, the island doesn't really exist. It's all in his mind.
Wait, so what you're trying to tell me is it's not like a perfect legend, it's only a myth?
It's really more like he used to be the king of DBs, like you're the king of RNG, but now he's got nothing.
You got nothing.
You got nothing. And I'm cutting you off right now.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe he went there like that. I'm so sorry, folks. I'm so sorry.
What do the Jets do? What do the Jets do?
I mean, they have nothing else, really, to be honest with you. What else can they do? They put it on themselves. They're still in the rebuilding process. They're nowhere near making a run towards the AFC East title, nor a wild card spot.
So it's almost like, why even let Rex Ryan walk? Like, I mean, why even fire Rex Ryan?
Exactly. Like, at least with Rex Ryan there, they was always in the news. They're not in the news anymore. They're not in the news anymore.
Not for anything good, at least.
Well, I mean, okay, I'm not going to do that because I know Doctor's Pa, the matriarch of the Ocean family himself, patriarch, is a Jets fan, so I can't say stuff about the Jets like that.
He understands that they stink.
Nope. Out of respect to him, I'm not going to go there.
The Knicks fan, too.
I was going to say, okay, I'll say it then. When has they ever been in the news recently, and it was a good thing?
For the Jets?
Yep.
Probably been a couple of years now, because, again, I mean, Rex was there. They had a okay season one year. Probably been a couple of years, though, because they never can have a good balance of... Like, right now, they have a great passing attack. Should have moved on from Ryan Fitzpatrick, but didn't.
Well, I mean, think about it like this, though. I mean, Ryan Fitzpatrick, granted, he's not a playoff caliber quarterback, because he was the best thing that they had, because Geno was playing like, you know, one of us, just coming off the street and tossing the football.
Playing like me in Borderlands.
Gosh. Oh, my gosh. Oh my gosh. Chris, I know I yelled at you earlier because of the whole audio problem, but we need for you to cut that part out from the show.
Oh, come on.
First of all, shout out to Chris. I mean, he's dealt with so much flack the past few weeks. Like, even tonight, like, we had to cut off the live stream on YouTube because of issues over there, and I mean, I had to mute myself, and I was just letting him have it. Like, he took it like a champ.
Oh, Chris, you dog, you.
Like, it was so bad that, like, Scott tried to separate me and, like, attempted to give him the bye-bye, and, I mean, it almost turned pretty bad.
Come on, Scott, get out of there. Get out of there, Scott.
Like, I almost tagged in the doctor, and we almost did a back cracker into a code breaker.
See, I don't think people realize how detailed the podcasting is. Not to break kayfabe here, but, you know, people don't realize how detailed and how hard it is to put on this production. Obviously, I don't really do so much myself, but try to make sure my internet stays. Which most likely I'm going to have to move my shop closer to the living room, which is going to be kind of weird. But
it's
that's
funny.
Okay, because I do it for the people.
For the people, by any means. Oh, wait, this is still Black History Month. Can't do that.
But ultimately, the NFL is rapidly approaching. The offseason so far is going great. I know Jameis Winston said he would love to have Deshaun Jackson, so let's see what
That is a high possibility, but unfortunately, not to bust the Buccaneers bubble, they have a lower percentage chance of landing Deshaun Jackson because of the Eagles potentially reuniting with Deshaun Jackson.
No.
Potentially.
Tax-free Florida.
I mean, if you say it like that, I mean, he can join the Dolphins.
No. Tannehill, come on. Tannehill.
Hey.
Don't even say Jacksonville. You'd just be wasting your time.
I wasn't going to say Jacksonville at all. In fact, if I would have said Jacksonville, we're going to cut the show right now and not even talk about wrestling. Wrestling will become a myth.
Obsolete. It would be obsolete. Delete. No, but I mean, I think we can definitely take a crack at it. But we'll definitely see what happens. And the NFL will continue to grow and get bigger, and we'll continue to see exactly what these teams decide.
No doubt.
Moving on to the WWE, we did have, of course, a Raw and SmackDown. Really didn't go over too much in detail from last week, where we saw the breakup of the Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho show.
Yes, the tears falling down eyes of little Jimmys everywhere as the stars wept for a duo separation. People compare to the Beatles separating. It was that tragic for people.
And I really didn't think it was that bad. I mean, we saw.
I mean, kayfabe wise, maybe, but realistically, absolutely not. I mean, the thing that I would say that probably tugged my heartstring was the fact that Chris Jericho broke kayfabe and talked about how much he really enjoyed his time being able to work with Kevin Owens. Like, that wasn't scripted. He actually meant that part from the heart.
I think the part that got me was obviously Gilbert.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about the Gitster. Oh gosh.
That was so funny to me.
Gilbert, don't you mean Gil Snore? Gil Snore. Gil Snore.
That was hilarious. It was hilarious decades ago, and it's even more hilarious.
Hilarious right now, yes. No one was expecting it, and you know, if you was, you're a liar, a cheater, a deceiver, heartbreaker.
Did Goldberg ever get a chance to beat up Gilbert?
Yes.
I was trying to think of that. He did.
Yes,
I thought.
Yes, he did. He did. This was when he came back to WWE, and they did a little segment for it. So that's why it was surprising, but then it was kind of like, eh.
You saw this before. I just wasn't expecting it. Like, I wasn't expecting it at all. Like, it caught me by surprise. It was like, okay, I see what you did there. A little old school, went old school. I mean, it's not like Undertaker walking on the ropes old school, but, you know.
Oh, my gosh.
We're never going to see that again.
We probably will at WrestleMania. He might do it one more time.
And
then, get dragged off and break his neck and pass away in front of everyone.
Oh my god, we don't have time for that.
Oh gosh, if that actually happened at WrestleMania, I don't want to put hashtag Professor Got Reads, because that would be very morbid.
That's not a good reason to have reads. Oh goodness.
Oh my gosh.
No, you have a major concern with the likes of Goldberg and Undertaker getting in the ring. I mean, you seem to think that death shall be WrestleMania or Fastlane, however they play this.
Oh gosh.
They can't abort now.
No.
How should they play?
No, they can't stop anything right now. I mean, granted, they could probably audible a little bit, kind of like what they did on SmackDown, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they really can't abort to anything right now. We all know that Kevin Owens is going to lose his title. We all
Do we know?
Yes.
Do we?
Yes.
I don't think so.
They're trying to swerve us, and here's why they'll probably swerve us. He might retain it at Fastlane.
That's what I'm thinking.
But then lose it the next night on Raw.
No, not buying that. Not buying that brand at all. I'm thinking that it's going to be...
basically pull a reverse Naomi.
Nope. I think he's going to lose via disqualification, or he's going to win via disqualification one way or the other, and they'll set up... I guess they'll reset up Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg.
Yeah, but that's gonna be the last match of the night, though. No, it's not. It's gonna be Roman versus Undertaker. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. But that's gonna be the second to last match. Oh gosh,
I feel like they haven't really built on that at all.
No, I need to break kayfabe for a second and be real with everyone out there.
You've already done that. You've already done it. I talked about moving the computer to the living room.
You did that, but I'm gonna do mine. I am sick and tired of having to witness WrestleMania after WrestleMania after WrestleMania with all these old geezers. Granted, they were great at their prime. Keyword, at their prime. Coming back for the biggest show of the year to wrestle a match.
Mm-hmm.
Where only 19% of the people are really invested.
Mm-hmm.
They're really only there to make them money, but at the same time, it buries all the younger talent. This is what we had. This is the main issue that we had with the John Cena monarchy.
Right.
John Cena keeps getting over these younger talents, burying them. Granted, that's all subjective now, apparently, but whatever. But burying them, main eventing stuff. Pay-per-views, WrestleManias, Royal Rumbles, and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys are never getting a chance. Never getting a chance. Rusev should be in the main event picture right now. I feel like he paid his dues.
I feel but see, you know what? It stinks because I feel like a lot of people... should be in that particular position. A lot of people. It's not just Rusev. It is, I think Cesaro should definitely be up there, even though I feel like the big swing is a little overrated, so I'm glad he does another move or two. But, I feel like a lot of people like that should be up higher. Even The Miz.
I feel like The Miz is going through a renaissance.
Yeah, they kind of stunted his development a little bit because he was as one Keanu Reeves put in Hardball, because he's pitching too good.
Yep. My goodness, what a great movie. But continue.
So I agree. I mean, I don't think that's going against I don't think you were breaking kayfabe. I think it's okay to say old geezers. I mean, it's just like when the WCW was really getting after the WWE about being wrestling. Remember that?
Gosh.
And then they went over and brought all those guys over.
Well, not even just that, but how much they criticized ECW, but then brought in the hardcore matches.
Mm-hmm. They did.
Oh yeah, we don't like this. Well, the fans love it. Oh man, well maybe we should bring them in.
It's sexy. Woo!
Gosh.
Women lovers. But I mean, I also think that we're getting...
Which is funny because the people out there in the Four Eyes podcast love the hashtag Oldberg line now. Shout out to your boy for inviting us on there. I was on there this past Monday to do the Raw Recap, which is what we're doing right now, and I mean, it was pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty interesting. A lot of different opinions. You know, they definitely missed the doctor on there. They was hoping he was gonna be on there. They was like, "Where's the doctor? We really don't like you that much," sort of thing. And I was just like, I mean, if you have to pick someone from us, I mean, I'm your last chance. But shout out to them out there in Four Eyes. Follow their YouTube, follow their Facebook as well too. We'll put it in the description of the video afterwards.
Liar! Liar! That boy's the king of RNG, man. I'm just trying to tell you. Troll master himself, the Professor John Gotti.
Oh my gosh.
Wish you would stop it. No. But
terrible.
SmackDown, the thing with these productions is that neither one of them have been great consistently.
Nope.
Point where a lot of times, which is why I never really go on, I never volunteer to go on Four Eyes SmackDown review. Sometimes SmackDown sucks.
It's like that.
John,
most of the time, Raw sucks.
John Cena sucks. It's like SmackDown
sucks.
Right.
SmackDown sucks.
I don't want to subject myself to this right now, or I feel like I'm watching the all snooze game.
The all snooze game, or it's like we're watching a Goldberg match.
Oh man, I can't believe you're messing with the old Goldie. I mean, you know what it was? We got again
or a Brock Lesnar match. Oh man, I feel like I'm. Man, that BS is just coming out of my system now. It's like a code.
Well, this is what I'll say. Looking back on it now, I could see why they would say in that picture that we posted, or not we posted, but in that the group that we're in. Shout out to the group Game Runners. The picture of Hogan, Stone Cold, The Rock, and how they were saying, hey, this person was shoved down our throats. This person was made to look too powerful. This was person because of his family. But it was like, it literally was a post to support Roman Reigns.
Yep.
And I was sitting there and I was like, are they serious right now?
They're very serious right now.
Got to be kidding me.
Nope.
They're
not kidding you. They're not kidding you. And I told you, there are people just like that would do nothing more. Then you call me the troll master. They go out there, they make it their living to troll us.
I felt like, even though Hogan really couldn't do much, I felt his comeback was so much more believable.
Yes.
Like, he really took a beating.
Yeah.
Or adrenaline. And it was like, phew!
Oh, gosh.
And you knew he was going to hit the boot, and you knew he was going to hit the leg drop. And it's like, you didn't care that it was just a leg drop, because you knew he had 24-inch pythons, and his legs were like steel, basically. It was like watching the Terminator out there. He's gonna drop.
Oh my goodness, that actually goes back into the whole worst finishing moves ever. Someone actually put the Hogan leg drop as one of the worst finishing moves, which is awesome.
Obviously, it was cool in that SmackDown that we played when I did it for my finisher. Because I had the backwards hat and the sunglasses. Who wrestles with sunglasses on? But
my gosh!
But it was it was a great finisher for me at that time. And we didn't need great finishers. I thought the leg drop was better than the Ultimate Warrior's body splash. I will say that.
It's about the Ultimate Warrior body splash?
Yeah, I never really liked the Ultimate Warrior the body splash. It always looked kind of weird. But he was always running all over the place, so it was like, whatever. Let him run up and down the ring and clothesline people. Hit him with the shoulder.
So it's like me playing basketball most of the time?
Nitro Master, the king of RNG, the Professor John Gotti.
We're gonna need you to stop that right now.
Hashtag Trollmaster, hashtag King RNG.
Oh no! Don't you start that. People, please don't do this. Don't do this to me, ladies and gentlemen. Please.
No, but I really just think that it's one of those situations where I just don't want to see Roman. Like he's forced. It's like he's forced down our throats. He's only there because of his family.
It's like asparagus is growing up. You don't want to eat it because the word asparagus sounds icky, but it's being forced down your throats by your parents over and over again.
You know, as an older jock, I love asparagus.
Well, I'll do too, especially with a nice good ribeye, but that's goes without saying.
A little olive oil, some salt, pepper, maybe a little Parmesan cheese.
Parmesan cheese, exactly. Oh gosh, we're gonna start acting like Endo. Let's stop it. I mean, we do have to talk about that though. Salamonster put up was it Salamonster? I think it was someone else on TV Tracks actually put up. Are the fans getting tired of Enzo Amore?
We're waiting for the split. Just like we're waiting for the New Day to split up.
Yep.
We're waiting for them to split up. We're waiting for Sheamus and Cesaro to split. We're waiting for the Usos to split. We're waiting for we're waiting for all these people to split.
So basically, we're not going to have a tag team division.
We're not going to have a tag team division of forced people that we don't want to see anymore because we know that a lot of people will be better separately. We didn't want to see that Demolition New Day act or any member. And if you see Xavier Woods, he's going to get beat up. We didn't want to see that.
Although they did kind of, make us eat our words after a while.
Why, though?
But I think it was more purposely than more of, hey, you're a really good wrestler. We really want you to get over.
I want Xavier Woods and the 205. Where is the love? When they break up, 205. He's not going for any bigger titles than that. Nope. I can't see him competing with the United States division.
Wait, the U.S. title has a division?
Basically, it does.
Don't give him too much credit. Doc, don't give him too much credit.
You don't think it does?
Name me 4 people in the U.S. title division.
I mean, Roman Reigns. It's like LeBron James. And then you sprinkle in Rusev, and you sprinkle in, little big Cass probably's in there somewhere.
I mean, if they put Big Cass into it, I'm okay with it, but you just proved that there is no U.S. division.
Well, I think there is, because obviously there's not a heavyweight title division. They got to bring in Goldberg.
Well, there's no such thing as a heavyweight title anymore. That's why they got rid of the moniker heavyweight, because everyone there is 230.
But you said that Vince McMahon loves big, sweaty men.
He does! And maybe once one of those big, sweaty men get the title again, maybe they'll call it the Universal Heavyweight Championship like they do all the time, and then our boy King Ross can go on WTF Moments and rag all over them about it.
It's raining sweaty men.
Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. That makes me want to say the words Alicia
Oh, please.
But the reason I mentioned Enzo was after their match and they wanted to become the number 1 contenders for Universal Raw titles, Raw tag team titles.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, they decided to give him a mic again, which usually is a bad sign right there.
Mm-hmm.
And kept talking smack. Well, he didn't look at his blind spots, and he got kicked square in the face by Sheamus and got knocked the ever-loving out. It was actually quite funny.
Again, he's the other guy.
He is the other guy, and I mentioned it on Monday, actually, that I think that he should just be a manager.
I hate that, though. Because the transition's going to be so dumb. It's going to be like James Ellsworth is going to probably become a manager.
I think he is a manager right now.
Who's he managing?
Carmella. Yep.
He doesn't even wrestle anymore.
You know who James Ellsworth is, and we're gonna take it back.
And eats popcorn.
Oh gosh, get your popcorn ready. James Ellsworth is Luna Vachon when she was the valet for Bam Bam Bigelow, and he is the main squeeze of Carmella. Yep, I went there.
The people know that she dates Cass.
Yes.
It's like, why even? See, when we were younger, it was easy to pull these fastballs on us.
Oh, absolutely.
Because there was, internet was really not popping, until WCW came around and started posting, the results online. We didn't really know what was going on behind the scenes. We didn't really know who was dating who. We didn't really know, anything really.
I still don't know anything.
You're the king of RNG, the troll master himself, the Professor John Gotti. #.
Oh gosh, no. But seriously though, I mean you're right. But at the same time though, can we really legitimately look at them two and say Carmella would really go after him?
No.
They're basically the same height. And they're not that tall to begin with.
They're not.
Okay, to put into a comedic perspective, Carmella is Kevin Hart and Cass is Shaq. And I'm going to leave that joke exactly where it is because it's still a PG show.
Wow. What?
But, I mean, here's the problem with wrestling now. There's a lot of problems with wrestling, especially with WWE. SmackDown has the better storylines, minus the Natalya, Nikki thing that they're having. They have the better storylines, but Raw end up having the better matches.
Who do you think has the better talent?
Honestly?
Oh, honestly.
Talent-wise, I would give the notch to SmackDown.
Yeah, I would agree. I think SmackDown, which it didn't seem like that in the beginning. It didn't.
Well, I mean, think about it like this, though. They was trying to lower the value because Raw was doing so. Raw is still doing terribly.
Mm-hmm.
They maybe had 3 good weeks since the brand split.
Yeah.
Everything else been SmackDown. Everything else. As they even heading towards this new draft, and the reason why they're going to do this draft again is because of how much Raw literally failed.
And it's my understanding that they plan on moving
AJ Styles over to SmackDown. Over to Raw. AJ Styles over to Raw because of how much they're doing so well, because they come up with some insanely great matches. And AJ's going to go over. They're most likely going to maybe move Roman to SmackDown.
I did see that. I did see Vince talking about that. Vince is convinced. I hate to say Vince is convinced, but he's
Vince
convinced.
Is this right here.
I don't know why though. Like there's so many other people. I mean, let's look at again. We talk about Cass. I mean, he had Ryback, who had the size, the look. Probably didn't have the moves that really move him.
He didn't have the moves at all. And that's the other problem that we have is the finishers, the lack of dominant finishers. East River Crossing stinks.
Samoa Joe.
Well, Samoa Joe's a monster, but they're building him for something else. But then my problem is that if he loses the match before WrestleMania, or even at WrestleMania, he shouldn't lose for the first 7 months.
It's like, why build for something else? You know what I mean?
Yeah. But Samoa Joe has a heck of a finisher. The Muscle Buster. To clean a clutch. Kevin Owens could have a better finisher, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
With the package pile driver. and the Steamalizer. But the pop-up powerbomb does him justice.
It does. It does. It's better than some of the other moves that we're subject to. But what happens when, the lights...
The big ending? The move that you liked? And I told you that was a terrible move?
It's... I feel like it should be a Dominator, okay? I said that. You give me credit for saying that I think it should be a Dominator.
I do give you credit for that, but the fact that you did say that you liked the big ending, you have to give me credit because I remember that.
When I said it, looking at it in slow motion, everything in slow motion this year looks terrible. I don't even know why they still do slow motion at this point in any production.
I don't know why they do continuous replays except for, Tuesday night at the end of that Battle Royal, which we have to talk about too.
Well, the thing is with the replays, everything looks so weak now, where before... Like, the replays used to be so good, oh,
used
man.
To be great.
Like, oh, man, something on the table.
Like, they just do things to sandbag a potential, good story purposely.
Right. That's crazy.
But back to the subject of finishing moves, though. I mean, what other finishing move? We already know the Styles Clash, so let's not talk about the Styles Clash.
Yeah.
What other moves you feel like are weak?
I thought the Big Show should have never went. They should have never let the Big Show move away from the chokeslam.
I can agree with that.
Weapons
I kind of liked it when he did the Cobra Clutch.
Something like that. I don't know. He probably couldn't get down there all the time.
Cobra Clutch?
Oh, the Cobra.
I was like, Doctor, where does Big Show have to go to get the Cobra Clutch locked in?
I was thinking about the camel clutch. But that's... No, I'd rather see somebody else. Give that to anyone else but the 7-foot monster who now does a single punch as a finisher. Which he can do a punch at any time.
He really can. Like, it'd be some ding ding KO.
Mama, what happened?
You got knocked out. That's what happened. But no, KO punch, definitely good with that. A lot of the tag team finishers are pretty terrible too. The Midnight Hour, which was a great move back in the day, is a terrible finishing move for a tag team now.
What do you think about the Baldy brothers?
The Revival?
No, definitely not that.
Okay, there's two Baldy. Well, actually, there's only one of them bald. You're talking about Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson.
I only refer to them as the Baldies. That other group, fudge them until they get up to the main roster.
They are going to come up there. They're going to be up there most likely tonight after WrestleMania, actually.
So at that point, we could see the New Day split. We could see Big Cass, and we could see all these teams split because we don't need them anymore because you got some of these other tag teams coming in. Which
I kind of want to see the Revival versus the New Day, and that what causes the New Day to split up.
I'm not interested. I really thought that they should have kept the Wyatt family together, let them roll and really reign supreme. Reign.
Oh gosh.
Supreme. But they didn't do that, and I think that's so stupid. Because it would have been so easy. Hey, heavyweight title. Luke Harper and one of the other guys. They could have did them as the demolition team with him, Braun Strowman. Like, I just feel like they had everything that they needed to be a dominant faction.
Yep.
And they just let him off the hook.
Let him off the hook big time. Like, it's really terrible.
Like, I would have let them.
Like, yes, we're happy that Bray Wyatt's the champion, but like, everyone's afraid that he's just gonna lose it. Like, he's just gonna be a transition champion. Like, I'm afraid for that because I think that he deserves a pretty good run. I even put that on Twitter at Ken86 and also at the Dr. CL Double and at Debates Among Friends, Debates Among Friends.
where you're hashtagging King of RNG and the Troll Master.
Chris, if he does that one more time, mute him.
Got him.
Mute him next time he does that hashtag again.
Hashtag King of RNG.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying, I would have rather them did that. Honestly, I think the New Day should have expanded to one more member.
A female? It has to be a female.
It could have been a female. It could have been Naomi. But
then the whole her being married to one of the Usos, really don't know who, really don't care kind of thing.
But, I mean, who else would join? I mean, Bailey? Bailey was okay.
No.
Exactly.
No, because that felt like it was too forced. It would have to be Sasha.
Sasha, I guess.
But then people get upset about the whole, thing that we're talking about because it's Black History Month and I can't say it live on air.
But honestly, I was thinking more of, like, not Titus O'Neil, definitely not. His career is almost over.
His career was over. As soon as he first stepped foot into a wrestling ring, his career is over.
I think he needed Darren Young. Darren Young needed him.
Yep. It was a tag team that were both Genettis.
Wow. Oh, master.
But you're not disagreeing with me, though.
Professor John Gotti.
Gosh.
Did
you just do that on the sly? I feel like you just did that on the sly.
King of RG.
Here at the Basement First, we're about to implement the around the horn 30-second mute button.
Oh my god. You can't mute me. Don't you?
And the mute button is courtesy of Endure, the tea infuser software drink holder, brought to you by Amazon. Make sure you go out there and buy it today.
And bums.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris.
And the troll.
Oh my goodness! It was the second one that just happened, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh! Oh no, Chris, it's too much power now. I have to take it away from you. I have to take it away from you, Chris. I have to take it away from you. Doctor, are you still there?
No, I thought you were the troll master.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't understand what happened. Chris just got mad with power. Obviously, he was upset about something that you said to him before the show.
I was talking about King of RNG, all that stuff.
Oh my gosh. And this is why you're the Shogun.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. I think we need to cut the show right now because Chris, me and the doctor need to have a long talk with you because I don't understand why he did that. Maybe one day we'll...
all day.
That's a technical foul. Don't want to tee him up. There you go. Thank you.
God. Wow.
But I think we're having so much fun for tonight. We're going to leave you with this song, but first we're going to do our final thoughts. Doctor, what do you need to tell people?
Well, I mean, looking forward to this. Another interesting yet always exciting trade deadline. Always interested to see what teams do to make themselves better. We're going to get an interesting second half of basketball with people like Chris Paul coming back, Magic taking over the Lakers, and all the new pieces adding up into their new places. There was an article on the Bleacher Report that I wish I would have saved, but it was about a young kid who was probably one of the best quarterbacks in the country who didn't get recruited and actually signed his letter of intent after National Signing Day. Shout out to people with perseverance, and staying persistent and really just staying committed to their craft. Really teaches us that we need to, really continue to work hard and realize our dreams. And that kind of gave me, my final thoughts, as well as Jimmer. We're going back to Jimmer range and scoring 73 points up there in China.
That was good, sir. I like that. I appreciate that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this was Debates Among Friends, the 40th episode. We're going to leave you with this song. It's a classic, but it's a modern twist to it. It's Black Hole Sun, originally done by Soundgarden, but it is covered by the Scott Bradley Postmodern Jukebox Band. You can catch it on their album Squad Goals, out there available on iTunes, Google Play, and Amazon. Make sure you pick it up. But it's a great song, and we're going to leave you to it. Once again, I am the Professor John Gotti.
And the Dr. Wednesday Night himself, not the King of RNG.
Oh my gosh. And we'll catch you again soon, ladies and gentlemen. Peace and love.
Deuces.
In my eyes, indisposed, in disguises no one knows, hides the face, lies the snake, and the sun in my disgrace, boiling heat, summer stench, neath the blacklist sky looks dead. Call my name through the crane, and I'll hear you scream again. Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come? Start a rain, cold and damp, steal the warmth with tired friend. Times are gone for honest men, and sometimes far too long for slaves. In my shoes, walking slim, in my soul I pray to keep heaven sent hell away. No one sings like you anymore. Black hole sun, I won't you come, ba 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 ba, wash away the rain. Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come? Hang my head round my fears till you all just disappear. Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Ba-doo-be-da, ooh.